Well said, Chris, and I know Skip agrees. He's a huge fan of Eddie Robinson's as well. All right, LeBron, he is now just under 100 points away from passing Kareem on that all-time scoring list, but last night he did pass Mark Jackson and Steve Nash on the all-time assist lists. Now, LeBron is fourth. Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how impressive is this?
It's a 10 because there's likelihood I don't think we've ever had another guy that was close. I think when he retired, I think Oscar Robertson was in the top 10 of both categories. He might have been top 5. But I don't think we'll ever see this again. I don't know if Luka's going to play long enough. And Skip, the way LeBron is playing, he could play another 3-4 years, and he can set this mark.
He said last night, like they're asking about pressure building to pass Kareem, and he's like, I'm going to play several more years.
Yes.
Okay.
So theoretically, Skip, this could be 43,000, 44,000 points.
Absolutely.
And he's already top 10 in steals.
Okay.
So with it, Skip, Kevin Durant, I heard Kevin Durant say something yesterday. He said, y'all got it backwards. He said, I've never looked at LeBron as a pass-first guy. I looked at LeBron as a scorer that could pass the basketball. And there have been very few guys that wanted to do it at the level at which he did it. So
I'll buy that. That's a good description.
I'm like, because I've been on the train. Man, he passed first. Man, it's hard to average. It's hard to average 27 points a game, and you pass first. So what Kevin Durant said makes a lot of sense to me. He's a guy that could score the basketball. He's a scorer that could pass the basketball. Skip, it's just unbelievable, his ability to put the ball in the basket at the clip that he does and be unselfish to be able to facilitate for others. And if you look at, he's scored 38,000 points, and he's contributed another 24,000 points off of his assist.
Yep.
I don't know if we're ever going to see somebody to be able to do what he did at the level at which he did it for the length of time in which he's doing it. Like he said, Skip, I think he's going to play at least another 2, at bare minimum 2. I can see 3. If he went to 4, I wouldn't be surprised. But he's going to put these marks out here. Somebody's going to have to play an extremely long time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Luka's going to be the guy, because Luka's ahead of the curve as far as scoring.
Yeah.
But is Luka's body going to hold up? Does he want to train and put his body through the rigors for another 20 years?
I'm not seeing it yet. Maybe he'll see the light at some point.
Maybe.
He still doesn't look in great shape to me. Even this deep in the season, he doesn't look in great shape. I don't know.
They got too many good, all that brisket and ribs.
You are what you eat, and that's the first issue. All right, scale of 1 to 10. How impressed am I that LeBron has vaulted all the way up to 4th on the all-time assist list? I'm at a 7 because I have so much respect for the ability he had from the start to pass the basketball. It's not shocking to me. I guess it catches you off guard because you lose track of it.
Right.
And you say, wait a second. Oh, he passed Mark Jackson.
Right.
He passed Steve Nash.
Right.
Well, I've said, and people say I hate on LeBron. I said from day one, going back to my days on Cold Pizza, best passer in basketball, gifted, a generational passer. And I'm telling you, it's a gift from the gods or whatever gods you believe in. It's something you're born with, and we don't see it very often at this level. But we saw it with Stockton. We saw it with Jason Kidd, who are up at the top of this list. Yeah. There'll come one in a generation who just was born with this gift. You can see it and feel it and anticipate it before it happens.
Yeah, but I think the thing, Skip, that a lot of people miss is that, if he was just a guy that averaged 15 points a game, if he averaged like Stockton and the other guys.
Now, if we get to how impressive is his combination of talent, the 10 doesn't hold like we got to go to a million.
Right.
Because the combination of being able to pass it and score it the way he does it's so rare that it's one of one.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, Oscar's somewhere up there in that category, but I don't think Oscar could pass the basketball the way LeBron can. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about creative passes, and I didn't see that much of Oscar, but I tell you, every night I watch LeBron, he'll make 2 or 3 passes where I'll say, that's just gift.
Right.
Listen, the bounce pass he made at the end of regulation to AD going down the lane that turned into the offensive foul, it's not simple.
No.
It's extraordinary to be. It's a no look basically, and it's just a little. It's a nuanced pass where he bounces it right between 2 defenders because they're all over it.
Right.
And the ball threads the needle on one bounce and hits AD right in the hands. Right. I'm telling you, it's rare.
Right.
Okay, so his ability to attack the rim and drive the basketball at 6'9", what are we giving him, 260-ish now, somewhere in there. Ambidextrous, born left-handed, plays right-handed. So you got them both going. It's unheard of. It's unequaled. It's beyond what Jordan could do because he's just bigger and stronger and just as explosive as Jordan was to the rim. Okay, so you have that combination of best passer, best driver of the basketball ever, and he's still the best driver of the basketball in the game today because nobody can play bully ball the way he does. Even last night, he'd make some plays. The Knicks are just overmatched. Julius Randle actually did a pretty good job on him last night because Julius is a man.
Yes.
I mean, he is stout.
He's a big body guy, too.
He's a big body guy, and he banged with LeBron and actually made it somewhat difficult for him, right? He held him off. He sort of held his own against LeBron. But I'm just saying that, am I surprised he has this many assists? No, because the day he stepped on the floor in Sacramento when he was still, was he 18 or 19? 18. Yeah, he was 18 years of age. He was the best passer in the game right from the start. So to get up to fourth, I'm not surprised. I'm pretty impressed by it. Now, can he catch Chris Paul? Chris is still going. He's 37. Okay, he's 909 back.
Skip, I would say yes if Chris Paul was done playing,
but not.
But because Chris Paul is going to continue to play, also, I don't think he can get any higher than what he is. I don't think he's going to catch J. Kidd at 12,000.
J. Kidd, he's now it's 1,754 behind Jason Kidd.
Right.
And now, can we just pay a little homage to John Stockton because I don't know how he did this, but he averaged 11 assists a game for his entire career.
Right.
It's hard to do.
Oh, yeah.
So you are now, Mr. James, you are 5,469 assists behind John Stockton.
They ask him, what about John? He's like, nah,
no.
I'm good with that.
Well, I mean, you'd have to play 10 more years.
Yeah. Well, the best thing to happen, Magic was going to have 20,000 assists had he not, his career ended with it did, Skip.
Right, okay.
But,
so think about this. John Stockton played 19 years and averaged 11 a game.
Yeah.
LeBron is in year 20, and he's averaged 7 a game, which is sensational. But it's not. It's hard to match up with that.
Right. And John Stockton barely said to miss games. John Stockton got a lot of 82-game seasons on his belt too, Skip.
Okay, he does. But look at the minutes LeBron has played. This is just regular season minutes so far. LeBron right now is at, I know these numbers are mind-boggling, but he's 53,235 minutes through last night's game. Well, Stockton only played 47,209 minutes.
Right.
So you can see that LeBron has already played about 6,000 minutes more than John Stockton played in his 19 years.
Right.
And yet Stockton piled up that many assists. Well, obviously he was not scoring at LeBron's clip. He could score. He could do.
Well, I mean, 7 of those assists a game with the mailman.
No. Well, they did.
On the pick and roll, Skip.
Or on the break.
Yeah.
Where he's running the break, like filling the lane, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, it's highly impressive, but there's some longevity going on here where you have figured out, just the way Brady kind of figured out how to beat the system to make it to 45.
Right.
Well, you're not just beating the system, you are stomping on the system because at 38, you're playing like you're 28.
Yeah, but
because you know how to take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. But I think the difference is between the basketball player, Skip, there's not a rule that says you can't foul a 38-year-old as hard as you foul a 28-year-old.
No,
they're putting no rules that's put in place other than the hand check, but that's applicable to all players. It's not like the quarterback where you can't drop your body weight on the quarterback. You can't hit the quarterback in the knee. You can't hit the quarterback in the head.
Okay.
Well, they've implemented rules that protect the quarterback, so we're going to see quarterbacks play longer.
Okay.
There's no rule that's been implemented that says a basketball player is going to play longer other than great genetics, him taking care of himself, and a little God being blessed.
That is correct. You got to have that. So if LeBron finishes 4th all-time in assists and 1st all-time in points, that is pretty great. I got to give it up.
He's going to be 43,000, 44,000 points when it's all said and done.
Well, I mean, it's going to be impassable.
And it might be Kareem has held a record in 1984. Kareem broke the record. It might be longer than 38 years before we see somebody break LeBron's record once he gets it.
Yeah. And he's nowhere close to stopping.
No. No.
He wants to play with Bronny, and if that happens, that could give him even more new life, right?
Whew.
It'll be fun to watch, gentlemen. All right, so Tom Brady's retirement. Let's get back to that. How do you think it's going to impact the quarterback market during the offseason now? What's the ripple effect? Skip and Shannon dive into that when we come back.